Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Now today I'm going to be doing a review of this Simply Cook subscription service. There's quite a few of these doing the rounds now. I was offered to trial this one for £1, which just covers the postage, and it's $9.99 for 4 recipes after, and you get to choose how long you want them for. I think it's like a month, 2 weeks, something like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to review it. This video is not sponsored by in any way, so it'll be an unbiased, honest opinion of it. And then I'm going to cook on one of the recipes from it. And then there's another 3 recipes which I'll do in future videos. So look out for those. So if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing and ring the bell so you're notified of when I upload them. Now, so what you get in the box. This is what it looks like. It comes through the door because it will fit through as a large letter, so that's the £1 you're paying is just covering the postage. Now inside you get your recipe cards. Now what you do is you go onto the website. I'll put a link in the description so you can take a look for yourself if you wish to. You choose 4 recipes from a wide variety of cuisines. And then what they do is they send you the basically the pots that you'll need that contain herbs, reductions, that sort of stuff. And then you buy the other ingredients such as the meat, vegetables, or whatever it is. So this is the recipe I'm going to be doing today, Italian beef ragu. So these are what the recipe cards look like. And you get a handy tear off strip on the side which lists your ingredients, so you can take that to the shop and then you can tick off when you've got them. And it gives you options for if you want it for 2 people or for 4 people. And of course if you want just yourself or 6 or whatever, you can obviously work that out. But it's handy that they've done that for you. So for this recipe, for example, you've got beef mince, pork sausages, so they're the things you'll need to buy. Onions, carrots, mushrooms, tagliatelle pasta, and then tomato puree, cheese and basil, and then they give you the pots, as I say, which I'll show you in a minute. But that's handy to take with you, and obviously it's got the recipe and some tips on there as well, and tells you on the front how long it takes and other information such as the fact that it's gluten free. Now I'm going to follow the recipe obviously as it is. Anyone that watches my channel knows that I like cooking, but so I'm going to give this an honest review. So with the recipe cards as well, you get a few other bits and pieces as well which you can read through. And so then these are what you get inside, one for each recipe. So for the one, this is the one we're doing today. So you get Ragu herb mix, a red wine reduction, and Ragu Stock. You can see all the nutritional information on the back. There's also an app as well you can download. And then the 3 pots are labelled inside and it tells you on the recipe when to use them. So I'll give you an overall review at the end of what I think of it. I've read some other people's comments about it, and I will let you know what I think, whether I agree with them or not. Now let's get on with the recipe. I do like the way they lay it out on the card, I must say. So you've got the tear off strip to take to the shop, and also the recipe to follow as well. So let's get on with that now. So by the way, the other recipes I chose was creamy honey mustard chicken, and we've also got Sicilian roast chicken, and also seafood risotto. So look out for them in a future video. As I say. Now, I've gone for the 4 portion serving, As I say, you can adapt it. They give you what it is for 2. You can adapt it how you want it. So in the pan, I've just got some oil in a frying pan, and I'm going to add the minced beef. And it says on the recipe, fry the beef mince in a little oil over medium heat until browned around 8 minutes. So it gives you a rough timing. And then remove and put in a bowl afterwards, which we've got here. So we're just going to brown that off. So let me know in the comments if you've tried one of these recipe boxes and what you think of them. Or what other ones you've tried. Are there any better ones out there that you think or compare with this one? And what recipes have you tried from them? Like I say, take a look on the website. I'll put a link on the description and see what you think. So we're just going to brown that off nicely. And it does give you some tips as well. So like with regards to browning the mince, it says take the time to get the mince meat nice and brown. It'll release liquid which needs to evaporate before the meat has a chance to start browning. This process is quite important to the overall flavour of the dish. So it gives you a nice tip there. So if you're starting out in your cooking journey, it's good to know things like that. As you can see, the water is being released as well as the fat from the mince. And like it says, that will help it to brown. So we're just going to continue to cook that out. And you know, if you have a timer, time yourself. This is roughly 8 minutes, so if you're not that confident, you can do that. And that'll give you a rough guide. Depends on your mince, because some mince has a higher fat content than others. And obviously everyone's gas stoves are different as well. So on the recipe it does tell you as well, helps with the preparation. It tells you that we're going to need carrots, which are coarsely grated, so I've grated them already. Chopped the mushrooms and the onion, and also some sausages which are going to cook in a minute, which have been removed from their skins. And the key to cooking is always getting your prep ready, and then you've got everything to hand, and there's no rushing around looking for, oh no, where's this gone, where's this, where's that, I need this, have I got any of it, and making sure you've got everything ready. So that's browning nicely now. We just need a couple more minutes. So that's now nicely browned, and it says to line the bowl, and at the top it says with paper towel. That's just to drain off the mince. You could do it in a colander if you wanted to. So we're just going to now drain that off into the bowl. Okay, so the mince has now been drained off into the bowl. So next stage, fry the sausage filling in the same pan for 5 minutes, breaking it up until it browns, then remove and put with the beef. Like I say, this is just 4 sausages, taking out their skins. I'm just going to break them up, cook them for about 5 minutes. Like I say, let me know in the comments if you've tried any dishes, if you've tried to simply cook, what you think of it. So the sausage mixture is now browned nicely. We're going to drain that off with the mince. And on the card, it does show you, like if you wanted to swap anything, like swap the beef mince for pui lentils or the tagliatelle for fusilli or spaghetti. So there's some suggestions on there for you. So we're going to add this to the mince, and then the next stage I say it breaks it down nicely for you on there. So easy to follow recipe. So you're going to add the onions and the carrots. 1 onion and 3 grated carrots. Just going to drain that off. Adding that to the bowl with the mince. So we're now going to add our 1 onion. And our grated carrot. And it says to fry that for 5 minutes. So in terms of how it's all laid out, I think it's nicely presented for you on the recipe card, especially if you're new to cooking. Like I say, it gives you some handy tips as well. I'm going to cook that for about 5 minutes. So it's been cooking for about 3 minutes now. I didn't add any oil. Obviously you'll be the judge whether you need to add some or not. Just giving it a good stir. Now the next stage is going to be to add the mushrooms and the ragu herb mix. So on the pots, they're labelled on there so you can see which one is which. So we're going to add our mushrooms now, 400 grams. I kept the mushrooms quite big because they shrink anyway. And while it seems quite a lot, they do break down. And then it says cook for about 3 minutes. And we add the ragu herb mix. So we now add that in. And give that a good stir. So for about 3 minutes. As you can see, that's cooked down nicely. It's had about 3 minutes, and they do say on their website, the Simply Cook, that you can cook restaurant quality meals. So I think that's where the spice mix and the reduction and that come into it. It's going to add that extra, take it up to another level. So you can see it coming together now. Now the next step, it says, is to get the pasta on, cooking it as the instructions, and then move on to step 3 while the pasta's cooking. Now all the herb mix is all mixed together with the onions, the carrots and the mushrooms. Now we're going to add the red wine reduction and also the 2 tablespoons of tomato puree. We've also got our tagliatelle on as well. So let's put this in. So that's the red wine reduction. See, it's very thick because obviously it's a reduction, so it's going to be already done for you. Put that and mix in. And the tomato puree. and give that a good mix. They're building up all the levels of flavour now. So then, after that we have to remove the meat, return the meat to the pan and add the ragu stock, which is the remaining pot we have left. So just going to make sure that's all mixed in. So now that's mixed in, let's return the meat to the pan. It's all nicely drained as well. So I can see how by you having these pots, it saves you the time of reducing the red wine down and preparing the herbs. So that's one of the appeals of it. Now, just get that nicely mixed. Then we need to add the last pot, which is the ragu stock mixed. Give that a mix in. Smelling really nice. So I've got to cook it now for a further 2 minutes. And then by that time the pasta should be nearly done as well. So the ragu pot has all been mixed in, been stirring it for about 2 minutes. So now the next stage is to add about 1/3 of a mug of the cooking water from the pasta. Just mix that around. And then drain the pasta and add it to the meat sauce. Add a little bit more water actually. This you be the judge. Okay, so let's drain the pasta. And then add the pasta to the meat sauce. And give that a stir around. So you can see it's quite a simple recipe really to follow. So it's all laid out on the card for you. that a good mix. Get all the pasta coated. And then it's ready to serve. Just going to mix it around. So it just says for the last stage, serve the pasta with grated parmesan and basil leaves on top. Just going to make sure that it's all coated. So there's the finished dish. We're just going to add some cheese, like I say, I'm using cheddar. If you want to use parmesan as suggested, it's up to you, whatever you want to use. And then just a few basil leaves on top to finish it off. And there you have it, a recipe cooked from the Simply Cook subscription box service. Okay, so let's give it a try and see what it tastes like. It smells really nice. Bit of pasta and the meat sauce. Flavours come through, the wine reduction. Pasta's coated nicely in the meat sauce. You've got the stock reduction as well, and all the onion and the carrot and that. Yeah, so it gives it a nice flavour. So let me know in the comments if you tried the Simply Cook subscription service. If you're thinking of trying it, I'll put a link in the description, as I say, so you can try it out for yourself, or if you've tried any of the other boxes. And if you have done this one, what recipes have you tried? Now, is it worth it? So it's $9.99 for you get 4 different meals which you choose on the website, and you can choose the period. I think you get, it can be 1 week, 2 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that. And you can do the trial for £1 like I have. Just covers the postage. I think it comes in about 2 to 3 days. Just make sure you cancel if you don't want to carry on with it. So if you think $9.99, so that's roughly, sake of a penny, £2.50 for the free pots you get to make the meal and the recipe card. Then you just buy the other ingredients such as the meat and the veg and that. So I probably spent, maybe including, if I was doing the $9.99, so that'd be say £2.50 for the recipe, and including the other ingredients, you're probably looking at maybe spending £6 maybe. So for 4 people, because that's the guideline I went on the 4 people one, that's good value, to be honest, because you go out to a restaurant and you pay that easily for 1 person. So I think it's good for someone that wants to start out in cooking, because you've got the reduction there. For someone like me, I do like doing the preparation. You know, it's something that I enjoy. I can do the reductions of the wine, the stocks and all that, so that's fine. So for me, it's probably something I wouldn't do. I do like the idea of it, especially if you're starting out on your cookery journey. But it's definitely worth giving it a try and see what you think. So check out the link in the description. So that's my honest opinion. The video is not sponsored at all. Just my honest review. And I'm going to cook the 3 recipes as well in future videos, so keep an eye out for that. So if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and consider subscribing and ring that bell for notifications of future videos. And like I say, I'll cook the other 3 videos, the 3 recipes. I'll do that in future, so look out for them. So thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you again in another video. Take care, bye for now.